Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's RTC TV4 broadcast, where we're bringing you the LaVille Lady Lancers here at Caston High School, hosted by the Lady Comets. I'm Blair Zimmerman, joined on the other headset by Pete Duvall. Pete, how you doing today?
I'm doing really well. Nice day for a midday basketball game.
It's a nice day to not be outside, that's for sure. It's a little chilly out there.
Always is during the Indiana winter.
So we did just finish up watching the JV game, and unfortunately the JV Lady Comets did fall to the Lancers, 32-25, I believe was that final score. So had a pretty good rally there in the second half, but just not quite enough to overcome and come out with the win. So the varsity ladies are going to be looking to avenge that loss, and we'll have to see how that goes. I know John Harrell is predicting Lady Comets to win by about 15 points here today, so we'll have to see what we see.
Number 20, Maddie Smith. And number 21, Brianna Yarber. Lady Comets are coached by Josh Douglas.
Lady Comets definitely have a little bit more experience on the floor, it looks like. It's like over half of the Lady Lancers squad are freshmen or sophomores. Pete, how do you think that's going to play into this?
I think it'll be a big difference. Experience is a lot in any game, and Comets starting two seniors compared to only one on LaVille's roster.
Well, face off here in the center ring, and opening tip goes to the Lady Comets. Swatted out of bounds down there underneath the basket, and Lady Comets keeping possession. Inbound, senior Brianna Yarber. Yarber near side pass to Addie Zempelman. Down to the post to Belle Scales, shot off the mark. Number 22, Lauren Edison. Passing across to number 12, Halen Kwiatkowski. I'm going to stumble over that name 3 or 4 times today, Pete.
Well, I mean, it is a difficult name to pronounce for somebody who doesn't hear it every day.
Edison trapped a little bit there on that corner. She does pass it off to Kwiatkowski. Down here near side to Lucy Shirt. Shot attempt off the mark. Lady Lancers getting that rebound, looking for that second shot opportunity. Into the paint there by Kwiatkowski, shot no good. Comets getting that rebound. Scales across midcourt. Thought she tripped there for a second. She didn't get the pass off cleanly. Maddie Smith is able to still get a hold of it. Scales for a long two, and it's good. Scales drawing first blood here this afternoon.
Comets starting off with a full court press.
Shirt close side to Lauren Edison. Manages to save that going out of bounds. Good ball movement here by the Lady Lancers. Kwiatkowski into the post. To number 11, Faith Rock. It's good for 2. Long pass ahead there to Yarber in the far corner. Cross court to Zempelman. Passes back outside to Maddie Smith. Smith into the paint. Goes up for a little jumper, and it's good. Comets keeping that pressure on, nearly forcing the turnover. And knocked out of bounds off of Maddie Smith's foot. Halen Kwiatkowski taking the ball out. into Rock. Lauren Edison back over to Lily Smith. Pass taken over there by Scales, who put it in for 2. Lady Comets again keeping that pressure on. And jump ball, LaVille will keep it. Inbound pass to Lauren Edison behind the timeline. Far side to Lauren Rock. Again, Lady Lancers moving the ball well. And offensive foul called here on number 25, Lucy Shirk. That'll be her first, team first, and that dubious honor of game first. No pressure being put on the inbound. Scales taking her time getting across midcourt. Lady Comets playing this game at their pace for sure. Harness into the paint and travels with it. Lady Lancers working to break that press. So far, still not across the timeline. Kwiatkowski gets across. Shot's a little wild, no good. Zimpelman gets rid of that ball just in time to not get her pocket picked, but then Bell was stuffed on that shot attempt. Three-pointer off the mark. Lady Comets with the rebound. Maddie Smith works her way baseline. Ball swatted out of bounds. And Kinsey Mollenkoff checks in. Inbound is kicked. Try it again. Just over half the first quarter gone. Comets with a 4-point advantage. Deep inbound to Kinsey Mollenkoff. Lady Comets moving the ball around the arc, into the paint, back outside. Bell Scales for 3. Just a little off the mark. And the Lady Lancers get that rebound. Ball far side to Lily Smith. Over to Lucy Shirk. Shirk will pass it into the paint to Faith Rock. Shot was off the mark. Inbound to the paint. Faith Rock again off the mark on that. Lady Comets getting the rebound. Zimpelman to Harness, near side to Mollenkoff, down to the post. Pass across, Scales, long 2, off the mark. And Mollenkoff does get that rebound. Zimpelman for 3 is no good. But she does pick off a bad pass at the other end. And blocking foul here called. So on number 12, Halen Kwiatkowski, her first, team second. Zimpelman at the line for 2. First one's good. And in between shots, LaVille calling for a full timeout. So we'll be back after this word from our sponsors here on RTC TV4. The Lady Comets with a 5-point advantage. So far, playing a very clean ball game. No fouls. And as the ladies return to the hardwood, Addison Zimpelman's going to go back to the line to shoot her second free throw. Second shot's away, just a little long. Lily Smith from LaVille getting that rebound. Out of control pass though at the other end. Cross court to Brianna Yarber. Excessively long shot. And Mollenkoff will travel before she gets the putback. I have to say, Pete, that passes at both ends of the floor have looked a little less crisp than I would like to see.
Yeah, both teams not quite as crisp on their passes as you would normally see.
Shot by Lily Smith from the post is blocked. Out of bounds off the defense. Lucy Shirk stepping out to take it. Ball into the paint to Faith Rock, rattles around, and the shot's good. Potentially now a single possession ball game. Zimpelman to Yarber. Yarber near side. She goes around the top of the key, passes off to Maddie Smith. Smith far corner to Zimpelman. Zimpelman drives baseline down to the post to Smith. And Smith travels as she gets all wrapped up. Here's when you got 60% of the team around you. It's kind of hard to get a good shot off. Shirk cross court to Edison. Lily Smith now up to Kwiatkowski. She'll drive to towards the post. Shot's no good. Lady Comets coming away with the rebound. Zimpelman to the near elbow. Cross court pass to Yarber. Mollenkoff travels with it.
A lot more travels from the Lady Comets today than you've seen almost all year.
Yeah, it's, you know, you were talking off air that it's a little difficult to get back into the swing after a couple-week break, and I'm almost wondering if that's kind of what the Lady Comets are struggling with here, and maybe even the Lady Lancers just kind of trying to knock the rust off, getting back into the swing of things after the holiday break.
Yeah, I know that the Lady Comets had the Miami County tourney over break, but that was still 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. All right, Lily Smith at the volleyball line passes over to Kwiatkowski. Near side to Lauren Edison, and she drains a three. Ties up the ball game with 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Yarber tries to pass into Maddie Smith. Ball gets swatted around before Smith gets a hold of it. Trapped down at the post. Kenzie Mollenkoff put in two, though. And at the end of one, Caston 9, LaVille 7. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors here on RTC TV4. Bell Scales at the volleyball line, sends it to the far corner. Ball down to the post, kick back outside. Zimpelman for three. Oh, no, ref saying two.
She just barely had her foot on that line.
Lady Comets again putting on a three-quarter court press. Causing some difficulty, but they've yet to create a 10-point or a 10-second violation. And Bailey Harness tipping that ball away. Can't gain control before it goes out of bounds, though. So Lily Smith will take the ball here near sideline. Oh, and they're going to call a foul here on Addie Zimpelman. That'll be her first, team first. Ball into Faith Rock. Trapped there in the corner by Kenzie Mollenkoff. Sends it back outside to Lily Smith. Great tight defense here by the Lady Comets. Working on forcing some turnovers, and there it goes. Maddie Smith coming back in for the Comets. Bell Scales working her way across midcourt. Maddie Smith gets fouled on her way down for a layup. Foul here on number 12, Halen Kwiatkowski. That'll be her second, team third. And subbing in will be presumably her sister, London Kwiatkowski. Smith, far side at the arc, sends it back up to the top of the key to Bell Scales. Jumper from the paint, no good. Back outside, Addie Zimpelman for three. Shot no good. Ooh, hard fall on that rebound there. All right, and play resuming after London Kwiatkowski was helped off the floor. We have Brooke Edison subbed in for the Lady Lancers. And she'll put two on the board.
Quick two there after breaking the Comets press.
Good aggressive play there by Brooke Edison coming in. All right. Brianna Yarber at the volleyball line. She's going to pass off to Bailey Harness. I think she got away with an extra step there as she received that pass. Maddie Smith sends it back outside. Good ball movement here by the Lady Comets. Looking for their play. Down to the post. Smith with a wild shot. And Brooke Edison comes away with that rebound. Passes off to sister, presumably Lauren Edison. Lady Lancers moving the ball around, looking to tie this game back up. Three-point shot is good, and the Lancers will take their first lead of the day. Scales cross midcourt, near side pass to Zimpelman. Harness at the volleyball line to Yarber. Yarber to Zimpelman. Over to Scales in the far corner. Scales gets the ball stripped away as she's going for the layup. Foul called here. Foul on number 11, Faith Rock. That'll be her first, team fourth. Zimpelman into Scales. Harness top. Yarber near side. Down to the post to Scales. She's going to kick it back out. Harness for two. And Maddie Smith will pick off that pass. Shot's no good though. Press dropping back. Gonna let the ball across midcourt. And Rock for two. LaVille once again up by one. Three-pointer by Addie Zimpelman is good. And Press, once again, effective at forcing a stress situation, creating a turnover there. Got Kinsey Mollenkoff back in for the Comets. Just under half of the quarter remains. 2-point ball game here. Mollenkoff into Smith. Smith into the paint, goes up with it, and shots off the mark. Edison goes down to the baseline. Shot's a little wild. Lady Comets come away with it. Scales dishes over to Mollenkoff. Baseline pass kicked away by Lucy Shirk. And London Kwiatkowski checks back in for the Lancers. Long inbound to Bailey Harness. Cross court pass to Zimpelman. Quick head fake and she drives baseline, puts up 2. Edison attempted to pass to her sister, and Harness nearly gets involved with that. Lady Comets do force a turnover on a 10-second violation. Scales, backcourt inbound to Zimpelman. At the volleyball line. And pass by Belle Scales, just kind of right into the arms of the defender. 2-man trap, and coach will call a 30-second timeout here. Good use of a timeout there by LaVille's coaching staff. And I'd say once again, Pete, both sides of the court just need to clean up those passes. Seeing a lot of kind of wild passes, wild shots, and folks making it work, but
both teams seem to be forcing passes more than just passing it when it's there.
all right, London Kwiatkowski passing into Lauren Edison. And jump ball. Arrow gives it to the Comets. Smith into Zimpelman. 2 minutes to play in the half. Zimpelman near side drive, pass off to Belle Scales. Scales into the corner to Mollenkoff. Back to Scales. Back into the corner to Mollenkoff. Near side here, Scales for 3. And shot just a little off the mark. Lady Comets just kind of on the back edge of the rim here this afternoon and having a lot of shots not fall for them.
Good tip there by Isabel Scales.
Lauren Edison now double coverage, throws the ball away. Addison Zimpelman now at the center circle. Lady Comets now with possession, 68 seconds. Zimpelman with a layup, she'll put 2 more on the board. Lady Comets have dropped back that press here as the first half winds down. Shot by Faith Rock is a little long. 47 seconds in the half. See, I would think if I was the Lady Comets, I would move the ball around and go for the last shot of the half here.
Yeah, keep those passes clean. Try and get down to 10, 15 seconds.
3-pointer by Zimpelman, just a little long. Smith does get the rebound, and she's fouled in the post. Foul here on number 24, London Kwiatkowski. Her first, team 5th. Pass over to Monkoff, 16 seconds. She manages to keep control of that. Some wild passes there, and then Belle Scales gets the ball stripped away from her. And travel at the opposite end gives the ball back to the Comets. 6.7 seconds here in the half. Lily Smith checking back in for the Lancers. Scales across midcourt. Takes advantage of a pick. And jumper at the... Oh, Scales got fouled on that shot. She'll go to the line for 2. Foul there on number 15, Brooke Edison. Her first, team 6th, as we wrap up the first half. First shot for Scales drops. Second shot just a little long. And with that, we're going to head away for a few words from our sponsors. We'll have some first half stats. And when we return, you're watching Lady Comets basketball. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We will start the second half with the LaVille possession. Ball into, oh, I had a correction there, Pete. It's Kwiatkowski. The A is silent.
Okay.
I don't like silent letters. They make life difficult. Right. Attempt to save there by London Kwiatkowski. No good. Lady Comets will get possession here. Belle Scales taking her time across midcourt, which I guess if there's not going to be any pressure put on it, why wouldn't you?
Use some more of that clock.
Absolutely. Zimpelman pass into the paint to Scales, and I'm not entirely sure what happened right there, Pete, but Belle lost control of it, and it just kind of bounced out.
Looks like she almost tried to put up a shot to maybe get a foul there.
And I think then she was concerned that she had actually hurt the, like she maybe hit somebody with an elbow or something. I'm not sure because she seemed concerned. Traded turnover at the other end, though. Harness in the corner, passes down to the post, and we're going to have a foul called on that, of all things. Foul there on number 24, London Kwiatkowski. I've got that as her second. Well, but the board has it as her first. I must have misunderstood a foul there in the first half. Zimpelman at the center circle. Pass to Brianna Yarber. Yarber tries to dish it down to Scales, and that shot, or that pass picked off by Halen Kwiatkowski. Lily Smith now trapped by 2 on the sideline. Manages to get it passed off to Kwiatkowski, who passes to her sister. And London Kwiatkowski travels with that. Harness passes into Scales. Scales goes left. Pass back to the top of the key. Yarber near side. Pass back to Scales, who's in the corner. Harness. And this is what the Comets need to do. They need to just move that ball around and look for those good passes. Scales up inbound, clear up to the top of the key to Zimpelman. Near side to Yarber. Scales. Back to Zimpelman. Good ball movement here. Down to the post. Smith just a little off that shot. Of course, Maddie Smith has had Faith Rock from LaVille just towering over her all afternoon in the post. And LaVille calls for a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Coach Douglas hasn't used a timeout yet today, Pete.
Yeah. LaVille's coach, Daniel
Plenninger
has used 3.
Well, at least 2 of those, as I recall, have been kind of save the situation timeouts. Almost 3 minutes gone here in the third. Still scoreless both sides of this quarter. Lily Smith passes to Kwiatkowski, sends it out to Faith Rock. Long 2 is off the mark, and the Lady Comets get that rebound. Scales to Harness, to Maddie Smith in the corner. There we go, good ball movement. Harness to Zimpelman. Zimpelman to Mollenkoff. And then Maddie Smith gets trapped down there at the post. Caston will keep it on the arrow, but sending it down to the post has just been a low percentage endeavor today with Faith Rock down there. 3-pointer is good for Bell Scales.
Yeah, the Lancers have been playing really good help defense down when the Comets pass the ball down low.
And turnover down there. Scales goes coast to coast and puts 2 more on the board. Lady Comets dropped the pressure so far this quarter. You know, I'm looking at the rosters here, Pete, and Maddie Smith is actually taller than Faith Rock, who's been guarding her, and just something about the way this is coming together in the post belies that fact. Scales, far corner, tight defense there being played by Kwiatkowski. Scales goes baseline and draws a foul. And this LaVille crowd is not happy about that call. Foul there on number 25, Lucy Shirk. That'll be her 3rd, team 2nd in the half. Scales into Smith at the post. Smith spins with it, puts it up, and draws the foul. Foul on the shot there. 4th foul on Lucy Shirk, sending Maddie Smith to the line for 2. First shot glances off the rim. And Lancers send in number 31, Jasmine Foster. Smith can't get a good bounce on that second shot. Kwiatkowski with that rebound. Rock, far side. She sends it up to the free throw line. Three-pointer by number 22, Lauren Edison, is off the mark. Lancers crowd not happy with the refs off of the calls on that series. And we'll have a backcourt violation here. Inbound to Scales. She'll bring it across midcourt. Facing off against Kwiatkowski. Far side pass to Molenkov. Shot no good. Molenkov got away with the travel on that one, I think, Pete. Foul there on number 20, Maddie Smith. Her first, team first in the half. Yarber back in. Kwiatkowski, pass over to Edison. Edison, trap, manages to get past the trap, sends it over to Rock. Rock puts up a long two, it's no good. Pass ahead to Zimpelman at the post. Shot was no good. Foul here on number 11, Faith Rock. Her second, team fourth. Inbound is tipped. The Lancers will come away with it. Harness trying to tip a pass in return. Can't quite get it. Kwiatkowski to Rock. Over to Smith. Shot attempt by Foster gets blocked hard. Lady Comets come away with that. Pass down to the post and a hard shove here. Foul there on number 12, Halen Kwiatkowski. That'll be her third. Team fifth. Scales in near side to Zimpelman. Top of the key to Yarber. Pass over to Scales. Top of the key to Zimpelman. Over here near side to Harness. Skip pass, no good. Kwiatkowski gets her hands on it, collides with Scales. And that'll be a foul on Scales. Her first. Team third. Team second. Team second. I can count, Pete. Numbers are hard.
Scoreboard operator got that second foul up there quick.
Edison to Smith to Kwiatkowski. Fake there. To Rock. Edison now. Trap. She'll send it into the paint to Rock. Gets fouled on the shot. Foul on number 12, Bailey Harness, her first. Team third. And Faith Rock goes to the line for the first free throws of the game for LaVille. 97 seconds left in the third. First shot's good. Kinsey Molenkoff in for the Comets. Second shot just a little too hard for Faith Rock. Lady Comets come away with the rebound. 90 seconds left in the quarter. Zempelman into the paint, passes out to Yarber. Not Scales. I keep wanting to say Scales for Zempelman. Not the same person. Bell will take the ball out, though. Ball into Yarber at the volleyball line with it. Near side. Scales for three. Can't quite get that one to drop. Mollenhoff does get that rebound. Passes back to Bell, who puts in two. Under a minute left in the third. 13-point game for the Lady Comets right now. Good ball movement there by the Lady Lancers. Knocked out of bounds by the Comets. Halen Kwiatkowski looking for the inbound. Sends it into Lily Smith. Lauren Edison at the top of the key, faced off against Bell Scales. Pass back to Lily Smith at the volleyball line. Over to Kwiatkowski. Back to Smith, and I'm going to call it a jump ball before things get too crazy down there. LaVille keeps it on the arrow. 19.7 seconds left in the third quarter. Ball into Faith Rock. Lauren Edison into the paint to Kwiatkowski. Got a little bit of a battle going on there. Lady Comets come away with it with 10 seconds in the quarter. And Coach Plenninger picking up a technical foul here. Bell Scales will take those shots at the line. First one's good. Second one good. Pete, I've got to say, with as vocal as the visiting crowd over here has been, and as few people overall are as in the stands today, I was wondering how long it was going to be before we had a technical here today.
Yeah.
You know, the officials have been kind of gracious on what they've let slide, but I knew that the patience would have to run out eventually. Zempelman for three, misses it, and that will end the third. At the end of three, Caston 30, LaVille 15. And we'll be back for fourth quarter action after these words from our sponsors here on RTC. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 8 more minutes of regulation here to play. Comets now with a 15-point advantage and possession to start the fourth. Ball into Addie Zempelman. Faced off against London Kwiatkowski. Top of the key to Bell Scales. Pass into Maddie Smith. Gets wrapped up. Jump ball, and the Lancers will take it off of the arrow. Lady Comets have again dropped pressure back. Lauren Edison. Pass to Brooke Edison. Edison sisters just passing the ball back and forth, and we'll have a foul on the shot. Didn't see who committed it. Foul on number 20. That's Maddie Smith, her second. Team fourth. First shot just a little too hard for Lauren Edison. Second shot drops. And Lady Lancers now with some pressure on this inbound. Bell Scales puts 2 on the board. And I just saw that Emma Kay has checked in for the Lady Comets. Far side Edison to her sister. Long three-pointer. And a lot closer than I would have given it credit for. Ball out of bounds off of the rim, though. And Zimpelman in trouble there. Coach Douglas calling a timeout to save it. Lady Comets not exactly sure what to do against that pressure that they haven't seen all game.
Yeah, Coach Douglas using his first time out of the game there to keep the ball on their side of the court.
Yeah, I think they were getting ready to have a count out off of nose guard there. And not much to talk about over in the Lady Comets huddle. Again, it was just a matter of saving possession. Deep to the backcourt on that inbound. Looking to break the press. Harness to Scales. Scales gets across the timeline, splits the double man coverage, and gets fouled there by Halen Kwiatkowski. That'll be her 4th, team 6th. And Scales at the line, or excuse me, team 7th against LaVille. Scales at the line for 2. Comets now in single bonus. First shot good. Second shot good. Nearly had a lane violation there by number 22, Lauren Edison. She managed to catch herself.
Well, I think if Scales would have missed that shot, they would have probably been called.
Edison for 3 off the mark, but her sister gets the rebound. Put back no good. And as she saved it from going out of bounds, swatted it straight to Addison Zimpelman. 6 minutes left here on the clock, just over. Comets 34, LaVille 16. Three-pointer by Emma Kay is good. Man, she fired that off with authority. And foul here as London Kwiatkowski was working toward the baseline. Foul on number 14, Emma Kay. That'll be her first, team 5th. Kwiatkowski inbound to her sister. Brooke Edison now. Wild jumper, but we'll have a foul on that shot. Foul on number 11, Isabel Scales. Her second, team 6th. And we're now very close to both teams being in the bonus.
A few more fouls in this second half than we had in the first.
First shot doesn't drop for Edison. And we've got Lucy Shirk coming back in for the Lancers. Shirk and Halen Kwiatkowski both with 4 fouls right now. Second shot drops for Brooke Edison. Scales to Harness. Harness backs it back up, and wild pass attempt over to Addie Zimpelman, swatted out of bounds by LaVille.
Scales could have just took that one over the backcourt herself.
Zimpelman at center circle. Nose to nose against Lauren Edison. And travel down here. Ball into Lauren Edison. She's across timeline very quickly. Into the corner. Triple coverage here. And pass grabbed by Emma Kay. Just over 5 minutes left in regulation. Scales at the center circle. Taking her time to set up the play. She comes near side. Drives baseline and lays it in for 2. Good tip there. And then a trap. London Kwiatkowski passes off to Faith Rock. Brooke Edison. And Belle Scales gets involved with that pass. I think this is the right move. Just stay back until they nose guard you, then start doing something with it. Ooh, pass to Scales, tipped. She's in trouble now. Gets fouled here, though, by, I believe, number 24. Yeah, London Kwiatkowski picking up her second foul. Team 8th. Scales go to the line for 1-1. Halen Kwiatkowski checks back in. First shot good. Scales gets a second. Second shot just a little long. Lancers with that rebound. Brooke Edison pass to sister Lauren off just a little too high, out of bounds. Lancers keeping up that three-quarter court pressure. Unfortunately, that does leave the pass ahead wide open. Scales passes off to Harness. Harness to Kay. Long three, just a little shy. Good rebound there, though. Smith to Scales. Scales to Harness. To Zimpelman. She'll drive towards the post and lays it in for 2.
Comets really keeping the ball outside, waiting until they get a wide open shot.
Well, the way that the Lady Lancers have been collapsing that lane today, it's an effective way to get a lane. Scales tips the pass, tries to go coast to coast, and the shot's no good. Good ball movement for the Lancers, puts 2 on the board. 2 points there for Lucy Shirk. Good athleticism there by Brooke Edison getting involved in that pass. Unfortunately, she carries out of bounds with it. Ball into Mollenkopf. She'll drive towards the post. Sends it back up to the top of the key. Over to the corner to Belle Scales. Scales for 3, and it's good. Just over 2 minutes to play, and the Comets now 45-19 lead. Kwiatkowski to Edison. Bell Scales gets involved in that pass. And Bailey Harness with a wide open layup. Puts it in for 2. Brooke Edison shot in and out. Lily Smith checks back in. Wild inbound picked off by Brianna Yarber. Mollenkoff up behind the volleyball line. Comets looking to wind down this last 80 seconds. Zimpelman back out to Mollenkoff, over to Harness. Lady Comets looking to move the ball around. Mollenkoff to Scales. Kwiatkowski trying to get a hold of that ball. Back to Mollenkoff. Scales to Yarber. Yarber moves in towards the post, passes it back outside. 42 seconds now. Zimpelman at the volleyball line. To Harness, back to Scales. Yarber near side volleyball line. Back to Mollenkoff. Zimpelman, 25 seconds remain. Mollenkoff, see the count started. Cross court to Scales. 13 seconds now. Back to Harness. Yarber. Mollenkoff, foot about slid out from under her. 2 seconds, and there's the ball game. Final score here today, Caston 47, LaVille 19. We're going to step away for a few words from our sponsors while we get some stats put together for the game. This is Lady Comets basketball on RTC.